What's up, everyone? It's Bones here. Today we'll be Volcanic erupting throughout the video as the release of the new Snake Eye cards in Phantom Nightmare is the only thing containing this deck right now. So if you can turn the heater on those thumbs up and subscribe buttons, it would mean a whole lot. For this first combo, we'll be featuring Bonfire, and we'll activate it in order to add ourselves any level 4 or lower Pyro monster. So we're going to add ourselves the Snake Eyes Ash Ketchum, normal summon it, so then we can use its effect on summon in order to get ourselves the first new card, Snake Eye Populous. And it reads, if this card is added to your hand except by drawing it, you can special summon it. If this card is normal or special summoned, you can add one Snake Eye spell trap from your deck to your hand. If this card is sent to the graveyard, you can target one fire monster in your graveyard, place it face up in its owner spell and trap zone as a continuous spell. You can only use each effect of Populous once per turn. So we're going to be able to special summon it off of its effect here since we added it off the Ash Ketchum, use its effect in order to add ourselves the original Snake Eyes, and then we'll be able to use the effect of Ash Ketchum to bring out the Flamberge, use the effect of Populous in the graveyard, put it in the spell and trap zone, use the effect of the Snake Eyes original, whatever it's called, and then we're going to get ourselves the Volcanic Rimfire. Now we can link away into our Sunlight Wolf, and the cool thing about this is that you get to chain block your Volcanic Rimfire along with the Flamberge so that you can guarantee summons as long as you don't get hit by anything like multiple crows. But we're going to bring out our two Snake Eyes monsters as we'll then be able to send the Volcanic Trooper, use the effect of Sunlight Wolf, which will grab back the Trooper. We'll then be able to go into the Link Kuriboh, go into the Heat Soul, and then we'll be able to use the effect of the Heat Soul in order to get ourselves a draw. We'll then use the Link Kuriboh, tribute off the Snake Eyes Ash, and with this we can end our turn on that. Now this second combo will be quite different. As you saw, there were definitely extension opportunities in the previous combo that we didn't take. Now we will. So we're going to use the effect of the Ash in order to get ourselves the Populous, use the effect of the Populous in order to special summon itself, use the effect of Populous, grabbing ourselves the original, use the effect of Ash, bring out Flamberge. Much like the previous combo, we'll be able to put the Populous back in the spell and trap zone so that we can activate the original, bring out the Rimfire, go into our Sunlight Wolf. We'll be able to get our two effects off as we'll use the effect of Rimfire's Chainlink 1, Flamberge Chainlink 2, so we'll be able to bring back our two Snake Eyes. We'll then be able to use the effect of Sunlight Wolf, this time getting ourselves the Snake Eyes Flamberge Dragon, and then we're going to go into our next new card, the Promethean Princess. It takes 2+ effect monsters. It's a Link 3 that reads, you cannot special summon monsters except fire monsters. You can only use each of the following effects of Princess once per turn. During your main phase, you can special summon one fire monster from your graveyard. If a monster is special summoned to your opponent's field while this card is in your graveyard, except during the damage step, you can target one fire monster you control and one monster your opponent controls, destroy them, and if you do, special summon this card. So we're going to continue here by using its on-field effect to special summon back our Trooper. We'll use the effect of Trooper, getting ourselves the Volcanic Emperor, and then we'll be able to use the effect of Trooper if you would like to in order to get that token onto your opponent's board, potentially play around evenly. Then go into your Swarm Ship, use the remaining Ash in order to go into Link Kuriboh, then bring out the Emperor, and now your Emperor will be able to get you any Volcanic trap. In this case, I'm just going to grab the Admission because we don't have a Pyro monster in the graveyard during this combo, which is something that I would like to mention. In regular hands, you may have a Pyro monster because you're not just starting with Bonfire, but in this case, you would have to get the Admission for a true one-card combo, as the continuous spell or the continuous trap would be pretty useless. For the next combo, we'll be starting with Bonfire yet again, and we're going to activate it in order to get our Snake Eyes Ash again, as we'll then be able to normal summon the Ash, use its on-field effect in order to get ourselves a search for the Populous, use the effect of Populous in order to special summon itself, use its effect on field, get ourselves the original. So the beginning line is always going to be the same with these cards. There may be one small variance that I'll show later on. We're then going to be able to use the effect of Populous, putting it in the spell and trap zone, use the effect of the original Snake Eye, special summon out the Rimfire, as we'll then be able to go into our IP Masquerena. And throughout the rest of this video, you can really take any approach you would like to from here on, whether it be going into your IP Masquerena for the Swarm Ship, or you can go into Sunlight Wolf for the extra hand. That's why I'm going into the IP Masquerena, to show that you have this option as well, though it really does require your opponent to have a way to pop your Swarm Ship rather than you, because unlike Fire Kings, you're not really destroying your own stuff. So we're going to bring back the Trooper, use its effect in order to get ourselves the Emperor. Then if you would like to, you can use the effect of Trooper, pitching the Emperor, use the effect of Emperor. We'll then go into our Swarm Ship so that we can then go into the Link Kuriboh, get those 3 Pyros in graveyard so that we can bring out our Volcanic Emperor, use its effect, effect, and as you see here, we'll actually be getting the continuous trap this time around. Now, if you watched the Fire King video, you'll notice the going second combo I did, and Volcanic has a similar one that you can do as well. As we're going to start here by normal summoning the Ash, use its effect in order to get ourselves the Populace. We'll then be able to use the effect of Populace, as we'll then be able to use the effect on Populace on board to get us the original. Use the effect of Ash, which will then bring out the Snake Eyes Flamberge, and then use the effect of Populace so that we can get the face-up card that we can use for the original, so that we can then bring out the Rimfire. So again, going through the same steps as we'll then go into our Sunlight Wolf, use the effect of Flamberge as Chainlink 1 and the effect of Rimfire Chainlink 2, as we'll then be able to send ourselves the Trooper, bring back the Populace and the Ash, use the effect of Sunlight Wolf to get us back Flamberge, go into the Promethean Princess, use the effect of Princess as we'll bring back the Trooper, use the effect of the Trooper in order to add ourselves the Emperor, go into our Raging Phoenix as we'll then go into the World Zealantis, use the effect of the Zealantis. This will then be able to trigger the effect of the Promethean Princess, which is really nice as we did special summon a monster to our opponent's board this way, and then we'll be able to pop the Trooper along with the Rimfire, bring back the Promethean Princess. The Raging Phoenix will also trigger Volcanic Trooper, gaining it, but we'll then be able to special summon out the Volcanic Emperor, inflict 2000 damage, and like this, you can go for a pretty cool OTK line. Now, this next combo just features what you have with 1-for-1 plus any other monster, and we're going to special summon out ourselves the Ash. So just like the Bonfire, this is just access to Ash again, except that you didn't use your normal summon. So we're going to bring out the Populace here, use the effect of Populace in order to get ourselves the original, use the effect of Ash in order to bring back the Flamberge, use the effect of Populace so that we have that face-up card, send it away with the original so that we can bring out the Rimfire. Then you can go into your IP, you can go into Sunlight Wolf, doesn't matter. We'll use the effect of the Rimfire along with the Flamberge. We'll send the Trooper, bring back the Populace and the Ash, use the effect of Sunlight, getting ourselves the Flamberge. You technically can get yourself the Volcanic Trooper since we didn't use our normal summon, but I'm not going to, as I'm just going to go into the Promethean Princess, bring back the Trooper that way so that we can then get ourselves the search for the Volcanic Emperor, and then you can go into your Swarm Ship, go into your Linkuriboh, bring out your Emperor, inflict 2k, get yourself the Trap, and with this we can end our turn on that. Now this next combo features the original Snake Eye spell along with any Runick quick play, and because we are playing the Runick stuff, I thought it was worth it to feature some of these cards throughout the combos since they will be pretty important. So we're going to bring out any Runick monster, use the effect of the Snake Eye original spell, and then we can bring out our Ash, use the effect of Ash in order to grab ourselves the Populace, special summon out the Populace, use the effect of Ash as we're then going to special summon out Professor Oak, and then we can use the Professor Oak to bring back the Ash Ketchum, use the effect of Populace so that it's faced up on the field. We'll then be able to use the effect of the Professor Oak in order to send itself away along with the Populace so that we can get ourselves the Flamberge, and now we have that second monster as well so that we can go into the Sunlight Wolf. Use the effect of the Flamberge, bring back the Oak and the Populace, or the Ash and the Populace, use the Sunlight Wolf to get back the Oak for the follow-up, and then we can go into our Princess, use the effect of Princess in order to bring back the Flamberge, then go into your Swarm Ship as you'll then be able to use the effect of the Flamberge Dragon to put the Snake Eyes Ash in the spell and drop zone so that on your opponent's turn you can special summon it and get some more follow-up that way. Now this next combo features the Volcanic Blaze Accelerator along with Populace, and drawing Populace isn't always a bad thing since you can always just search original Snake Eyes spell card off of that, and then we're going to normal summon it here to do just that, and then we're going to activate it so that we can special summon out our Ash Ketchum, use the effect of Ash as we'll also be able to use the effect of Populace. We'll then get ourselves the Rimfire, we'll then be able to use the effect of Ash to bring out the Flamberge Dragon. Now we're going to activate the Volcanic Blaze Accelerator. We can then use the effect of Blaze Accelerator to special summon out the Rimfire, and like this we can go into our Sunlight Wolf or the IP Masquerena while also being able to chain block the Flamberge Dragon, and then we'll be able to send the Trooper, bring back the Populace and the Ash. Much like the previous combos, we'll get ourselves the Flamberge Dragon, go into the Promethean Princess, use the Princess in order to bring back the Trooper. Trooper can then get itself the search for the Volcanic Emperor, use the effect of Trooper to get that token on the opponent's board. We'll then be able to go into our Swarm Ship, go into our Linkuriboh. We'll then bring out the Emperor, use its effect in order to burn, as we'll also be able to get ourselves a trap. And then if you would like to, you can use the effect of the Volcanic Blaze Accelerator, sending yourself the Rimfire. So for this next combo, we're going to start with Trooper plus the Wanted Quick Play spell, and we're going to activate the Wanted Quick Play spell, get ourselves the Diabell Star. We'll then go on to into the main phase where we'll normal summon the Trooper, use the effect of the Trooper, get ourselves the Rimfire, special summon out the Diabellstar, use the effect of the Rimfire along with the Diabellstar, which will chain block it, as we'll get ourselves the original, use the effect of the Rim, dissolve it so that we can get the Emperor in the graveyard, use the original sending off the Diabellstar, get ourselves the Ash, use the effect of Ash in order to get ourselves the Populace. From here we can special summon out the Populace, use its effect in order to get ourselves that extra body that we need for the Ash to give us the Flamber's Dragon, and then have that extra body through the Trooper in order to go into our link plays. We're going to go into IP, or you can go into Sunlight Wolf, whichever you would like to. Bring back the Ash along with the Populace, then go into your Promethean Princess, use the effect of the Princess in order to bring back the Flamberge, go into your Swarm Ship, bring out your Emperor, as you'll be able to inflict 2000 damage here along with getting yourself a trap. Then we can use the effect of the Wanted Quick Play in order to get that draw and pass on to your opponent. Now this next one shows the Wanted Quick Play plus any other card, and we're going to start with it in order to get ourselves the Diabellstar, special summon out the Diabellstar so that we can then get its effect for the original Sinful Spoil. We'll get access to the Ash like this so that we can get the Populace and proceed to full combo through that, but we're going to then use the effect of the Populace. Then we'll use the effect of the Ash in order to send itself away with the Populace to get ourselves the Ash or the Oak, and then we'll use the Oak along with the Populace so that we can get the Populace in the Spell and Trap Zone, giving us that extra send for the Oak. And with this we also get to keep the extra body through Ash so that we have the Flamber's Dragon plus something else. So we're going to use the 2 to go into the Sunlight Wolf, bring back the 2 Snake Eyes monsters via the Flamberge, use the effect of the Sunlight Wolf giving ourselves the Oak, go into the Promethean Princess, use the effect of Princess to bring back the Flamber's Dragon. We can then go into the Swarm Ship, use the effect of the Snake Eyes Flamber's Dragon, Ash in the Spell and Trap Zone, and with this will just give us an end board that has the pop via the Promethean Princess along with some follow-up that we get through the Ash, and we also have the Oak in our hand for even extra follow-up along with the special summons that we would get from Flamberge. You also get the draw from the Wanted Quick Play as well, which will get you into any other card. Now for this next combo, if you do not want to play Snake Eyes Oak, I would also like to show that you can do this if you have an extra Runick Quick Play. So if you want to save the deck slot, you can do this as well, but we're going to bring out the Diabellstar, use its effect in order to get the original, use the effect of the original, and you'll see that the entire point of the Runick engine here is not just to be a disruption or an engine that you can play to bring you out bodies for situational gameplay, but you also get those bodies for the Snake Eyes Ash that you can send away so that you can get your Flamber's Dragon out along with another fire monster. So we're going to go into our Sunlight Wolf or the IP Masquerena, it doesn't matter which one you want to go into the Promethean Princess, we'll then be able to bring it back, Swarm Ship, and we bring back the Flamber's Dragon back, but we're going to then use the effect of the Flamber's Dragon with the Ash in the Spell and Trap Zone and pass to our opponent on this. Now for the penultimate combo, we have the Wanted Quick Play along with Fire Ejection and the Freezing Curse, and the Fire Ejection is actually kind of important because it can help you play through hand traps, but we're now going to use the effect of the Fire Ejection, send ourselves the Populace, and that's another thing that I would like to point out, that Populace is also a level 1 Pyro monster, so being able to get it on board like this so that you can send it away with the Diabellstar is just really nice, because now we get to keep the Runick Quick Play for the Ash, as we can then use its effect in order to get the Flamber's Dragon, also giving us the extra body on board that we would be able to get through the Populace special summon that you may get, or you can even normal summon the Rimfire since we haven't used normal summon yet, but we're going to go into the Flamber's Dragon, normal summon the Rimfire, go into the Sunlight Wolf, use the Flamberge along with the Rimfire. We'll then be able to get ourselves the Trooper in graveyard. Much like the combos you've seen before, we're going to use the effect of the Sunlight, getting ourselves the Flamberge, go into the Promethean Princess. We'll then be able to bring back the Trooper, use the Trooper in order to get ourselves the Emperor. We'll then be able to go into our Swarm Ship, go into our Link Karibo, then go into our Volcanic Emperor, use the effect of the Volcanic Emperor, inflicting 2k and getting ourselves a trap, and with this we can pass on to our opponent after we get that draw 1 from the Wanted Quick Play spell. Now for the final one, we'll be doing a test hand, and this one is pretty Runick heavy considering how many we play, but we're going to get ourselves the Diabellstar. We also have the 1-for-1, which is really nice, as we're going to activate that, sending away the Rimfire. We can now chain block our Rimfire, have the Ash on board, so we'll get ourselves the Search for the Populace, use the effect of the Rimfire, sending the Trooper, use the effect of the Populace, special summoning itself, use the effect in order to get us the original. You'll notice we also have Diabellstar, so we'll be able able to get into the wanted quick play instead, but we're going to bring out the Flamber's Dragon now, use the effect of Populace. We can then use the original in order to bring out the Rimfire. Go into our Dia Bellstar by sending away the Snake Eyes Flamber so that we can get our Chainlink 1 Flamber, Chainlink 2 Dia Bellstar. This will give us the 2 extra bodies so that we can then link away into the IP or the Sunlight Wolf, go into the Promethean Princess, use the effect of Promethean Princess, bring back the Trooper, use its effect in order to get the Emperor. We can then use the effect in order to give our opponent the token so that we can play around evenly. Into the Swarm Ship, go into the Link Karibo, we can then bring back the Emperor, use the effect of the Emperor, inflict 2k, get ourselves a trap. Here we can then use the effect of the wanted quick play in order to get ourselves a draw 1, which we get the Brilliant Flames. We'll set 3 and pass to our opponent on this. Now with all of the combos out of the way, we can finally get onto the deck profile, and as stated earlier, you are playing just kind of the utility Runick monsters that we have here because we are on a really small Runick engine. As seen, the entire point of it is not just to disrupt your opponent, it is to get that extra monster on board, and Munin can be used for life point gaining, the Frecky can be used for milling out your opponent, or you can also target a Runick quick play in your graveyard if it's destroyed by battle or card effect, adding it to your hand, and then you can have the Runick main as well. It can be removal during your opponent's battle phase. Overall, you just want to play the Runick cards that actually would do something for the deck if you aren't using them for link material or just for the Ash or whatever you're using it for. I would also like to talk about some of the ratios here, like the 2 Trooper and the 2 Ash, and I feel like you don't want to play 3 of one or the other, because Bonfire will ultimately add the other one that you need if you happen to draw one or the other. But the other thing is that I feel that both normal summons are good in their own way depending on the hand, and because the original Sinful Spoils package can also get us into the Snake Eyes Ash, you don't need to fully max out on it. See that we are on the 1 Oak and the 1 Populace. The 1 Oak is just to make sure that the Dia Bellstar happens to be a 1.5 card combo as seen earlier. We then have the 2 Fire Ejection along with 2 Rimfires. Again, you don't want to play more than you need to. Same thing with the 2 Volcanic Blaze Accelerator along with the Blaze Accelerator. The cool thing about the Volcanic Blaze Accelerator is that there will be hands where this can be a way to unbrick you, as it happens to be a face-up card on the field that you can send away with the Dia Bellstar or one of your Snake Eyes cards. So if you happen to draw something like Oak plus the Volcanic Blaze Accelerator, maybe you then have 3 hand traps with you, then you can just activate this, normal summon the Oak, and then send away the Volcanic Blaze Accelerator so that you can special summon out the Ash. Ash will get you into Populace, and you can continue to combo from there. With all of that out of the way, I don't have much else to say about the list that I didn't show throughout the combos, as everything is pretty straightforward. You play the small Volcanic engine in order to give yourself an extra way to not only burn your opponent, but get yourself more bodies on board through the Volcanic Emperor that can help beat over your opponent. You can also get into the Raging Phoenix, the Atlantis combo to ODK your opponent that way. Of course, the Rimfire is a level 1 that you can play for the original package. Help chain block your Flamberge so that you don't get hit by something like Bell, so that you can help secure those link plays. With that, I'll take you onto the card by card. So we have the 3 Bonfire, the 3 Wanted, the 1 Dia Bellstar, the 2 Ash, the 1-for-1 copy of Oak, the 1 copy of Populace, 1 Blaze Accelerator, the 2 copies of Volcanic Blaze Accelerator, 1 copy of Volcanic Inferno, the 2 Fire Ejections along with the 2 Rimfire, the 1 copy of Original, the 2 copies of Trooper, the 1 copy of Flamberge, the 1 Volcanic Emperor, the 2 Tips, the 1 Destruction, the 2 Freezing Curse, and the 1 Brilliant Flames is the package that we're playing for the Runick cards. The Freezing Curse being the best one because it just happens to negate a monster effect, and then I just picked 1 and 1 of the other, with the 2 Runick Tips being cards that can help you search your Runick stuff, which is why it's the other one I play at multiples. Then we have the 3 Droll, the 3 Ash, and the 3 Spell to round out the main deck. Onto the extra deck, we have the Runick main, the Frecky, we then have the Munin, we then have the Link Karibo, SP, IP, Hida, Sunlight Wolf, Heat Soul, Promethean Princess, Swarm Ship, Raging Phoenix, Appaloosa, which I would like to point out in some of the combos you may have seen, we do have enough bodies to make Appaloosa plays if you would like to take that approach as well, because there may be hands you can potentially play through hand traps that way as well, so that is important to point out. Then we have the Atlantis and the Typhon. Now, onto the options and stuff that I would like to talk about, well, rather the weaknesses. Nibiru can really hurt this deck, Shifter as well, same thing with with the double crows hitting your snake eyes after using the effect of Populous, or using the effect of the Flamber's Dragon. As you saw, a mission if you want to be able to use a trap at any time and don't want to rely on having a pyro monster in the graveyard. This can get you extra burn damage as well. We then have the Called by the Grave to help you play around hand traps. Same thing with the Crossout. Fountain is something, if you want to increase the Runick quick play lineup, then you technically can play the Fountain and stuff as well if you want to invest the extra deck resources to that. But outside of that, there's also the Snake Eyes Ash, or the Snake Eyes Oak that you can play, have an extra copy of it in your deck, so that you don't have such a small Snake Eyes lineup, but I just don't think it's necessary in the Volcanic build in general, just because we have another engine that we can rely on rather than just it being like a pure Snake Eyes Runick deck. So for everyone who's made it this far, I'd like to thank you for watching and for the 600 plus subs. I truly appreciate your support. We've monetized the channel, giving us access to supers and memberships, which means that more awesome stuff is on the horizon. To get the channel membership, just click on the description below, and there will be a link that takes you there. Also notice a free Discord link that I've made for us too. If you want to support me as a content creator, even if you can't donate supers or get a membership for the channel, clicking on those thumbs up and subscribe buttons help a lot too. For those wondering, I do plan on making updates to the channel as the support on the channel grows. Anyways, I hope to see you on the next one. It's Bones, signing out.